Listen, we got a million things to focus on in the world as a country.
The president appeared to be struggling to keep his eyes open.
Another whopping cabinet meeting for President Trump. These have become a familiar thing for us all to sit through. That's 2 hours of our lives we're not going to get back.
Well, these cabinet meetings last 2.5 hours on average, and this was the 9th one, Mark. That's 22.5 hours of our lives we're not going to get back, almost a whole day. This one went on so long, in fact, the president appeared to be struggling to keep his eyes open.
Yeah, look, fans of the president will say that this is very unfair, that he's just quietly listening to what his loyal servants have to say about how brilliant he is. But he definitely looked a bit tired, didn't he? At one point, I thought he definitely was closing his eyes. And the juxtaposition of Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State and National Security Advisor, talking about the president being the only person who could lead the world with the necessary energy and direction right next to him. I definitely got the sense that the president was perhaps beginning to doze off.
But he's the only leader in the world that can help end it. And that's why even as we speak to you now, Steve Woodcock is in Moscow trying to find a way to end this war, to save lives of 9,000 people, Mr. President, as you know, are dying every week.
Resting his eyes, as they say.
Yeah, maybe. The president has been very vocal about his cognitive abilities. As we've said in the past, he is nearly 80 years old. He does certainly have a spring in his step. He has a huge amount of energy. But that's not to say we shouldn't raise the issue when he appears to be looking a little tired.
But he did spend most of last night tweeting, I guess. Between 7 p.m. and 12 midnight, the president posted no fewer than 160 times. That's more than one Truth Social post every 2 minutes. He covered everything from the White House, in his words, bringing back Christmas, to Michelle Obama, even claiming at one point the former First Lady had used Joe Biden's auto pen in the final days of Biden's presidency.
Quite extraordinary for the president to spend much of the night on his own social media account. We all doom scroll at times, don't we? But he wasn't doing that. He seemed to be just posting and posting as posting. I couldn't quite work out why.
You would imagine he would have more important things to do at that time of the evening.